All right, here we are, part 2 of my wrap pants tutorial, the sewing. Come on into my office. This place is a mess. Please ignore the horror. This is the simple part. As you can see, I've clipped what's going to be the crotch with my clover clips, which I really love. They're easy to use, they're inexpensive, and most of the time they don't fuck with your fabric. All right, so you want to just sew it straight down. You don't need to leave too much. If you like to leave a little bit of seam allowance, or if you want to serge it, never a bad idea. Especially if you're working with something that ravels easily. I usually use a tight stitch, if you want to zoom in on that. Although I am using a single stitch, so let me just switch that to single stitch. There we go. All right. Move my first clover clip, and here we go. And immediately we have difficulties, because of course we do. I've got an automatic threader, but I hate it. And I never use it. Actually, we're gonna back up a little. There we go. That's about the widest seam allowance I like to have. Otherwise, I don't really care. It can be sloppy because no one's gonna see it. I really don't care about thread color for the same reason. Nobody's really gonna see it but me. The important part is that it holds. The nice thing about wrap pants is they're comfortable. They're easy to get on and off. You can layer them if you make them light enough. They usually won't cause you too much discomfort while you're out at fair. And they look relatively nice with boots, sandals, bare feet, whatever. Most importantly, they can be made out of next to anything. As long as you've got roughly 3 yards, it doesn't matter what it's made of. It'll probably work. I've used upholstery fabric. I've done this with leather. I don't recommend leather, but it works. But as I mentioned, I generally like cotton because I live in Texas. Polar fleece works really nice too, although kind of defeats the purpose considering this is mostly to stay cool. Right. Like I said, very simple. If you want to go back and zigzag it for a tighter seam, you absolutely freaking can. Doesn't really matter all that much. Very simple. There's the waistband. All right, so I'm gonna back up a little so we have a little bit more space. I want to show you, this is the front of your pants. Okay, we've thrown the crotch together. So we now have a very nice pair of pants. And really all they need is a waistband. Just gonna show you here. Spread them out. Very, very simple. Very straightforward. Next thing to do is a waist. Once again, on your back side, you want to make sure that you have plenty of waist. So usually when you want to step into this, I don't generally put elastic in mine. You can use shoelace for threading it if you want to for your ties. But generally what I like to do for that is give it a little bit of a French seam. So you're going to turn it about this much and then turn it a second side. So you have a nice clean channel to put along the top. Again, if you want to edge the sides, now's the time to do that. Fold it in, keeping your nice little thing. You've got a nice little hem just like that. Doesn't have to be very wide, really depends on you how much of a channel you want. That's it. So now we've got wrap pants. Up to you how you want to do the waist. I think I've mentioned that, just so we can see what this looks like. Technically, you could literally tie it at the sides if you want to. I don't think it looks as chic when you do it that way, but it does indeed work. So once again, here we have a nice pair of pants. They're called wrap pants because you're going to wrap them like that. Usually you want to tie them at the ankle. I'm being fast and loose with this, but you've got a lot of leeway. Literally, there you have it. When you wrap these around, you can bring the front forward or you can bring the back around. It gives you a nice, fun leg, a little bit of shape. You can pull it all the way down to your ankle if you cut it long enough, or you can have it up at your knee with boots or with a pair of sandals. All looks cute. That's pretty much it, folks. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.